Bible Lessons Daily. Ancient truth for modern life.
These clay vessels could weigh up to 40 pounds when full. For women in the ancient Near East, water collection was a grueling physical tax on the body. Because of the weight, the work was performed as a group. Women gathered at the well together, usually in the cool hours of dawn or dusk to avoid the sun. To find a woman walking to the well alone at noon, the hottest point of the day, is to see someone in a state of self-imposed exile. She chooses the blistering heat to ensure she meets no one. The 40-pound jar is heavy, but it is the physical manifestation of her social isolation. As a woman marginalized by her community, she trades physical comfort for the safety of staying hidden. Her goal for this journey is simple: complete the routine in total invisibility and return home without a single interaction. But the isolation she sought is interrupted. A man is already there, sitting by the specific well where she expected to be alone. Jacob's well was an enclosed stone structure. The physical depth and the shadows of the interior create an immediate, inescapable intimacy for this encounter. The midday sun was her protective shell. Now that shield of solitude has been removed. The man is Jesus. Instead of maintaining the expected silence, he speaks first, asking her for a drink from the well. This request ignored centuries of friction. This map shows the hard geographic and ethnic lines of the time. Jews and Samaritans lived in a state of deep mutual avoidance. There was also a strict social protocol. A religious teacher speaking privately to an unaccompanied woman was a breach of cultural decorum that risked his own reputation. By asking for a drink, he steps out of a position of authority and places his physical needs in her hands. He makes himself dependent on a person the rest of society had discarded. Look at the group identity of the Samaritan people. She is an outcast, even among them, yet this Jewish traveler is crossing every ethnic and social barrier to engage her. True connection in this environment required a deliberate move across those lines, prioritizing the individual over his own social status. The conversation shifts. She focuses on the practical need for a bucket, but Jesus offers her living water. She is thinking of plumbing, while he is addressing the internal thirst of the soul. He then pivots to her personal history. He tells her to call her husband, and when she replies that she has none, he reveals his knowledge of her 5 past husbands and her current partner. This wasn't a tactic to shame her. By exposing her history, he was showing her that she was fully seen. It was a step toward transparency, not humiliation. When she mentions the coming Messiah, Jesus answers her with a direct confirmation of his identity: I am. This moment shows that grace is most effective when a person's history is fully known and met without a trace of condemnation. Her response is to abandon the heavy water jar at the well. The very object that represented her physical burden and her reason for coming is left behind. She runs back toward the city, the very community she had spent her life trying to avoid, to tell them what happened. There is a difference between being exposed and being transparent. Exposure brings shame, but transparency, when met with acceptance, removes the weight of a secret. The message is clear. You don't need to clean up your life to meet Jesus. He deliberately meets people in the noonday heat of their own mess. She returns to these streets as an invitation to the entire community she once feared. The only requirement for receiving what he offered is the honest admission of thirst.
What lesson spoke to your heart today? Tell us in the comments, and subscribe for daily Bible wisdom.